Big D Entertainment, in association with Dipsy Doodle Productions, presents The Dave Holly Hour, brought to you by Trio Jazz Club, Sioux Falls' premier jazz club. Enter as friends, leave as family. Serendipity Studio Gallery and Gifts, Chasers Food and Spirits, Excel Chiropractic, Quality Nails, and the Sioux Falls Arts Council. The Dave Holly Hour features Sioux Empire Arts and Entertainment Conversations. A true lover of arts, entertainment, good food, and fun times, including an occasional Jack Daniels. Okay, so a few Jack Daniels. Here he is, Dave Holly.
Welcome, one and all. Not only do we have a great lineup for this week's show. What? Oh, first off, we have Cole Simon and Bobby Parker from Spotlight Theater Company to talk about their production of Beetlejuice Jr. coming up later this month. Then we hear from actor Stacie Sodserstrom from Monstrous Little Theatre. They're presenting How I Learned to Drive next weekend. Meanwhile, tonight, I will be co-hosting the Vaughties, Fall, Fun, and Frivolity variety show at the Icon. Showtime, 7:30. The doors open at 6:45. Tickets at the door, $20. That's only $20 to see some of the most amazing local acts. Besides myself and my co-host, Miss Emily Wilson, we have music, magic, comedy, giveaways, new merchandise, and a mini musical in 3 parts. The Vaughties, it's modern-day vaudeville. But first, let's pop the cork on this bubbly little show.
Time to grab your favorite beverage, lift it high, and toast it to being Thursday, a.k.a. Weekend Eve.
Hey, the weekend isn't around the corner, it's here!
So long, hump day and your frumpy way. We say hello to Thursdays with opening nights. The weekend is near and we can see the bright lights. Yes, Thursday, you're so hearty, we can't wait for Friday, so a day early, we start the party.
Doesn't matter what you toast with, as we all have different tastes and different times of the day we listen. Oh, you know it. I'm having my usual Jasper Newton. It's Jack Daniels Diet Coke with a lime. You might be drinking water, milk, coffee, tea, beer, wine, or champagne. Whatever your beverage of choice is, lift it high. And this week, I toast each of you. Friday, October 10th, marks the 6th anniversary of this podcast. Thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. Thank you for sharing. Thank you to the over 400 individual artists that have taken the time to be on the show. Thank you to my sponsors throughout the 294 episodes. And thank you, each of you, that's in the Sioux Empire Arts and Entertainment community. Keep being creators. Again, I toast all of you for the support. The Weekend Eve Toast is brought to you by Chasers, West 12th and Ellis Road. Stop in for great food, great beverages, and fun times. Monday nights at 7, we play Dave Holly Hour Trivia. This coming Monday, the theme will be National Kick Butt Day. Chasers, your neighborhood gathering place. Honorable mention. What made Dave laugh, chuckle, chortle, downright slap my knee silly, or even shed happy tears recently? I don't get to see many touring shows or concerts because I prefer supporting local shows first, and that's a pretty good-sized calendar that we go to. But Sunday night, I took our good friend Richard Corelli to see Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass in the big hall at the Pavilion. 4 standing ovations. Probably could have had more. His trumpeting is still top-notch. It was a packed house for the 90-year-old musician. Now, this is my second time seeing him live. I don't have vivid memories from the first time, as it was at the arena in the mid to late 60s. And I was born in 62, just to give it some perspective. But I'm quite sure the memories from this show will stick for a long time. Later in the show, actor Stacie Sodserstrom. Up next, Beetlejuice Jr.'s Bobby Parker and Simon Cole on the Dave Holly Hour. Attention artists and gallery goers, The Transitions, The Art of Change rotational gallery exhibit has gotten a lot of great feedback at Serendipity Studio Gallery and Gifts in Sioux Falls. So they are pleased to announce the exhibit will be extended through the end of October. That means People's Choice Award is still up for grabs. Be sure to send your friends and family in to vote on their favorite piece. If you happen to be there on a Saturday, don't forget to see more arts and crafts from local creators each Saturday from 10 to 4 with the Atrium Makers Market. Trio Jazz Club is an intimate music venue in the heart of Sioux Falls. It's family-owned and family-run. Ricardo and Mary Beth and the entire staff provide the art of hospitality, while the best local and regional musicians provide the smooth sounds. It's a great vibe with live music Tuesday through Saturday nights. The chefs and mixologists offer an amazing menu and beer and wine lists. Cocktails as smooth as the jazz. Join the club, Trio Jazz Club, across from the Washington Pavilion. Enter as friends, leave as family. Hey, we've got some news. The Fellowship Jazz Center Orchestra is going to be returning to the stage with the Evolution of Swing in America, an unforgettable evening of music tracing the rich history and vibrant transformation of swing. This dynamic performance will capture the rhythm, melody, and timeless energy that continues to make swing so irresistible. Kicking off the evening will be the Lincoln High School Jazz Collective, bringing fresh energy and talent to the stage. That's Friday night, November 7th, 7:30, Belbus Theater at the Washington Pavilion. Get your tickets at fellowshipjazzcenter.org. Don't miss this one-of-a-kind journey through the music that defined an era. Secure your seats today.
People ask him where he got his top shelf voice. Dime store? Bargain. Once again, here's Dave Holly.
Welcome back, everyone. Oh, you know how I must say it at the beginning of each conversation because it's in my contract. Yeah, so I wrote my own contract, but I wrote it in there that I must say it's always a pleasure to talk Sioux Empire arts and entertainment. Always a pleasure to have new guests on this show as well. Now over 410 guests, individuals that have been on this show. And we're going to bring a couple of the youth in this time around. From Spotlight Theater, we have Simon Cole and Bobby Parker. How are you, gentlemen?
I'm great. How are you?
How are you? You don't need to look at each other to see who's going to answer first. Just speak up, yeah. All right, and you guys are here to talk about Beetlejuice coming up toward the end of the month, the 23rd through the 26th at the Washington Pavilion. It'll be in the Belbus, correct? Yes, and we'll
It'll be at the Orpheum.
Oh, the Orpheum. Oh, wow. You get to go downtown.
Oh, yeah.
Love that theater.
Be great.
You know, this is October, and that place is haunted.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We've made it more haunted.
Oh, that you have. With Beetlejuice Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and I understand right now I happen to be speaking to Beetlejuice.
Yes, you are.
Okay, can you give me a little bit of, give me a line in Beetlejuice voice?
Well, I can't make a living person say my name, but with a little help from me, those newly deads can.
Ah, very nice. So you're Beetlejuice, and then Simon, you're the father, right?
I am, yes.
Okay, well, you know, let's talk about this whole thing.
Yeah.
And, you know, people are very familiar with the movie. Some have probably even seen the touring Beetlejuice musical. But in Beetlejuice Jr., what are we going to go, hey, that's a little different, but they stuck to the story at the same time? What's in there that you guys bring to it, maybe, that is, you know, your own personalities and the characters and how you went about doing that?
Yeah, so I think because it's junior, it's very, much more appropriate than the full show.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what that allows us to do is just bring a little bit more of that humor side to it and make it a little bit more funny and less about what we're saying and how we're saying it.
Right.
And we kind of get to do those like funnier actions or things like that just to...
Yeah.
Yeah, well, your voice was great. I mean, when you did that line, that was fantastic.
Thank you.
And I always appreciate that, being a voice actor. Wow. And that's a good thing that you guys are doing stuff like that. Because let's see, Simon, you're 14. How old are you, Bobby?
I'm 17.
17. Okay. So you've had a little bit more stage time, probably.
Just a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
I think
But,
so.
it's all good because back in the days when Spotlight was DAPA, I was a director a long time ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How many years ago? Yeah, about like the second year maybe of that.
Oh, yeah.
But now that it's Spotlight, I like the redesign and everything. And are you guys enjoying what you do in terms of rehearsals, how you get warmed up, how you get yourselves into character?
OMG, for sure. It's the best. Whenever we're in the rehearsal space, we're very focused, but we also like to have so much fun.
Right.
Whether that be with the team, the director, amazing choreographer and music director and stage manager, but also with the cast. It's just so enjoyable to be around them, and just do the show with them is even better. Yeah.
All right. So what got you into Spotlight to begin with?
Well, for me, it was my sister and brother who did a summer camp, and I thought it was very, very cool, and I tried it, and it wasn't for me at first, but then I started to do more of it, and I just really fell in love with it, and now it's my favorite thing to do ever.
Okay. And why did you decide, Beetlejuice, I don't really want to be in that?
Well, I haven't been in such a, large scale show before, junior wise, for Beetlejuice. And also it's just a really kooky, cool Halloween story.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to be part of something very cool, a show that's very funny too, and just overall very fun to perform and to watch. So,
Well, give us one of your lines then, Dad.
ooh, let's see. All my lines are dramatic, so I'm trying to find
Yeah.
that.
Well, give me one.
I'm glad you like it. Now, we only have 2 days to transform this old house into the flagship model home.
Nice. You guys are nailing this, and young ages too. Wow.
yeah.
That's excellent. Okay, so tell me then, Bobby, what's it like to be Beetlejuice?
Oh, it's different than anything I've ever done before. I think there's, especially with Beetlejuice, there's a lot of that kind of take it how you want, do with it as you please. It's just, I think I've been finding myself kind of exploring a lot more with this character before I do my lines, and just kind of figuring out, okay, what does my Beetlejuice want to be different than, let's say, like Keaton's or Brightman's, who's on Broadway. It's just, we've already got, I guess, 2 different adaptations, and I want to make that kind of different than those.
Did you study their work though?
Did I?
Keaton?
I watched the movie.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think it's always great when actors can have that ability to do so too. And let's see, Molly's directing this, right?
Oh, yes.
And has she been very free and open about your suggestions as well?
Oh, yeah. She's kind of given me that initial step, because at the beginning of rehearsals, I was very, I guess, not as confident in the character, kind of more step back, just because it's not who I totally am as a person. But she kind of gave me that first wake up of just like, go for it.
Yeah.
Do big things. And
when you get to play a character like that, and it's, obviously different than how you walk around on an average day, is that a nice little mask that you're in this character now, instead of having to be Bobby?
Yeah.
You're Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
And you realize that gives you some freedom just to let go?
I think so, yeah. And I think not only just in Beetlejuice, but even just being with all these spotlight actors is just, it's such a confidence boost being with them. And then stepping into this role, it's so easy to have that confidence around a group of people that you just trust so much and are just like some of your greatest friends. So it's like a total no judgment zone. And I mean, people are looking at you. They're not saying that's Bobby on the stage being weird. No, that's Beetlejuice being awesome.
Yeah, when you know you've got the character.
Yeah.
And that's what they look at then.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, Simon, what do you think is the great correlation between the cast?
So like the connection that we have with
Yes.
each other, yeah. Well, from day one, we just instantly clicked like that. I mean, it's such an amazing cast, and even with people we haven't worked with, it's just, I think definitely with all the singing rehearsals we've had, the acting rehearsals, because at the end of the day, it is a funny show, but also teaches a very valuable lesson. So I think by, rehearsing all the things with the dances, the scenes, we've just kind of united as one. So it's been great.
As you are involved in more plays and musicals, do you find yourself getting more cerebral, that you really are starting to look into things and not just, I got to memorize all these lines, but you actually get into thinking about what the playwright was putting together?
Yeah, for sure. At the beginning when I started theater, it was all just getting everything done and memorized. But now that I look more into these roles, you have to think about, what happened prior just based on the script, but also the feelings they're feeling and how that affects them. And also just using your scene partners to develop that character even more too, with dialogue or actions you do on stage. So for sure, as I've been getting more advanced in theater, I think it's less about getting the lines perfectly memorized, but more about finding the emotions you want to put behind the lines too.
Bobby, tell me about the experience of the blocking in this show then. Because if there's one character that's got a lot of different things going on, it's you.
Yeah. I'd say I have some interesting blocking, and a lot of that comes from, the genius that Molly is, and also that allowing me to do my own thing with the space, kind of fill up the space how I think Beetlejuice would. But also I think the blocking's just been really fun, and just like those weird like body contortions and actions you're doing with your hands, and not only your hands, but your face and your legs, and just getting everything engaged is just, it's fun. Yeah.
Simon, you went through the litany earlier of the directors and so forth. And what have you been enjoying about how that all comes together in this show?
Yeah, the directors have just been great. They don't only teach us, but they give us a lot of creative freedom to do what we want, which I think is amazing in a show. So they kind of guided us, but now it's up to us to make it the best show we can. And thanks to them, we have been able to do that.
Okay, so I recently saw you in Blink, Breathe, Bloom.
Yeah.
Fantastic, by the way.
Thank you.
And so, you're familiar with choreography.
Yeah.
How's the choreography for this?
It is amazing. Our choreographer, Sarah, is just impeccable. I love working with her in many shows. But especially, I've never been in a show where it's very spooky, very kooky, very different choreography. And so I think with this show specifically, it's so cool to do different things with your arms or maybe with your legs, or just do weird facial expressions that you can't really do with a lot of other shows. And so I think for Beetlejuice, it's just an amazing opportunity to use that type of choreography, because obviously in Blink, Breathe, Bloom is more like musical theater and jazz, but this is just, go crazy with the kooky and scary. So
that I believe might be quotable. Go crazy with the kooky. Bobby, do you have you gave us that line earlier, but is there a favorite line or a favorite scene, piece of dialogue that you love about this?
I definitely, so there's characters Adam and Barbara Maitland, and they're the couple that initially dies in the house. So I think my scenes with them, and especially with some of my lines with Adam, is just that relationship is very, I find it very humorous, very funny. But just kind of how Beetlejuice treats Adam as just kind of this guy to the side, but in turn is like very nice to Barbara, very kind, considerate. But yeah, there's a line where Beetlejuice and Adam are talking about what Beetlejuice wants to do. He wants to become alive, and Beetlejuice storms out on him like a teenage girl. And I won't give you too much because I really think you got to see it. Yeah. But it's hilarious. It's so funny. Yeah.
And of course, this can be seen October 23rd through the 26th, again at the Orpheum. And you can get your tickets online, I'm guessing, through the Orpheum box office as well. Excellent. So there you go. And it's always a great time. And oh, by the way, there's a stack of posters for the show on my desk right now. There's a lot of posters. And down in the corner is a little QR code. QR codes make life great. So you can find out all about it. So, Bobby, we heard from Simon in terms of, when he started and so forth. But how about your background in getting into theater?
Yeah. So I initially kind of started as most kids, and just your parents sign you up for a camp,
right?
And you do it, and it wasn't my first thing that I loved. It wasn't super great to me, but it just, over the years, my parents making me do it kind of turned into me being like, hey, can I go to camp? I kind of want to go to these. I want to do this. Hey, can I audition for this? And it really, really snowballed into a passion. And I think very, very quickly, I just turned straight into love of theater and just of everything about it. And there was no more, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go to camp. I don't want to go to rehearsal. It was, when is the next time I get to go to rehearsal or do a show? But yeah.
So you're saying it's super great now?
It's super great.
Super great now. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in rehearsals for this so far?
Since September 4th.
Wow. Yeah. Started right out of the chute, and school time too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So how often do you rehearse?
So it just depends. So very beginning, we did this one was a quicker process. So we did rehearse more than usual. So 3 to 4 rehearsals a week, I would say.
Wow.
And now getting more towards the show, it's kind of almost every day now that we have rehearsal.
Yeah.
So.
And how long have you been off book?
Well, off book day is actually tomorrow.
Okay.
And so, yeah.
Great.
That, yeah.
Yeah. Nervous?
Not really. I think with all the practice we've had, it's been good, and we got a chance to memorize the blocking and the lines. But yeah,
you're ready to rock and roll.
For sure.
Right. So Beetlejuice is a fun show, no matter what you've seen it as, the movie, or you've seen the Broadway, and now you're going to see Beetlejuice Jr. Is this intermission, or are we shooting it all in one shot?
There will be an intermission.
There will be. Okay.
About 15 minutes.
All right. Yeah. What do you do during intermission?
We like to have fun backstage. Of course, we get ready for the second act, changed outfits. But I remember for previous shows, we had like Mean Girls, we had a whiteboard, and we just do math equations, like jokingly. We'll find something really fun to do backstage this one. Maybe prank each other. I think that would be pretty fun. But
water. Drink a lot of water.
Okay.
Yeah. What about pre-show? Do either of you have something special that you like to do? It's a routine for you before a show?
I like to get up at least 4 hours before I'm called, like on a Saturday or Sunday. And then I just drink at least 3 water bottles, a lot of cough drops, and just make sure I nebulize my voice and get ready, stretching and everything.
Yeah.
I think mine's a little less complex. I think I get up maybe hour and a half, hour before call. Like to take a shower, listen to music. I think listening to music really gets me kind of in that zone, especially if it's a musical theater production. Maybe sing along, warm up my voice.
Okay.
Definitely drink a lot of water. But then, yeah.
Do you have a particular song that you always have to hear before you go out on the stage?
There was during our last summer show, we actually had a soundtrack for our pre-show, and it played the song Beans, Beans, Beans. And it's kind of a song that I can't get out of my head. And so I do now play that before each show. Just a little.
No matter what.
Yeah.
It's beans, beans, beans.
Yep.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Simon, what about you? Any particular pre-show routine you go through?
Well, the routine with getting up, drinking lots of water.
Right, but we're talking about like that last half hour.
Oh, the
before you go
last
on
half hour. Yeah. Just take a moment, kind of not surround myself by anyone, just take a moment by myself and concentrate. I do like to listen to music before I go on stage, like 10 minutes before, just to, get, especially for this show, get excited, have a lot of energy. So, yeah.
And do you have a default song then?
I don't. I really like a few artists though that really get me energized. I'm just excited.
Such as?
Olivia Rodrigo, I really love. Chaperone, I really love. Yeah. Sometimes Taylor Swift, sometimes, but yeah.
Well, if you go with Taylor Swift, you got to watch out for her boyfriend. All right, you first-time guests, you get the question that sometimes needs a second one. But we'll start off with the main part of it. So, Simon, when you were not involved in being in theater and in the arts, what do you like to be entertained by?
Well, for the longest time, it was just theater. But now I really like to do a few other hobbies. I really like to ride my bike like a lot. I really got into crocheting recently.
Okay.
And I really love that. And yeah, just hanging out and spending time with family. And I'm also involved in a lot of clubs at Lincoln. So I'm usually doing things for those. But
All right.
yeah.
All right, Bobby, same question.
Yeah, I think a lot of the same. I think music is a big part of my life, in that it just follows me everywhere, to get me excited. But then, spending time with the people I care about and the people I love, that's important to me.
Any hobbies?
I like to cook.
Ooh,
I don't cook very often, but when I do, I have very good time.
your best dish?
Oh. I will say I make a very good chicken marsala.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. See, when I was that age, if I cooked, it was the Thunder Humper.
Oh.
Yeah. The Thunder Humper is take a hot dog bun and open it up, and then you make an oval hamburger patty, and you put chili and onions and cheese on top of it, toast it in the oven for a few minutes. Delicious.
That actually
Simple.
Sounds great.
really
Not
good.
chicken marsala.
Yeah. And that might beat the chicken.
Give it a try. You'll like it.
Yeah.
All right. Simon Cole, Bobby Parker from Spotlight Theater again, October 23rd through the 26th at the Orpheum. It is Beetlejuice Jr. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate you being on the show.
Yes,
Thank you.
And we'll be back with more of the Dave Holly Hour in just a moment. Well, what an incredible playlist this weekend at Trio Jazz Club. David Bixler, Trio Incognito. 2 shows, 6:30 and 8:15 tonight. He is the host of Liner Notes. It's a podcast centered on conversations with jazz musicians. He also serves as Director of Jazz Studies at Bowling Green State University. And he is an actor, clinician, and performer throughout the world. Again, showtime, 6:30, 8:15 tonight. Tomorrow night, Friday, BRB is back. Yeah, Be Right Back is back. Join us for a rocking good time at Al Bourbon on drums, Chris Beyer on guitar and vocals, and Ruben Rodriguez on bass and vocals. 2 shows, 6:30 and 9 p.m. Then Saturday, Adam Johnson Quartet. Now, the Red Lion Trio has been playing at Omaha's Red Lion Lounge every Wednesday for the past 2 years. They feature Adam Johnson on trumpet, Michael Fredrickson on bass, and Bryce Raybill on drums. And each week, they bring in guests from all over Omaha, play standards in fun and unique ways. They will be playing at 6:30 and 9 p.m. Saturday. Then coming up next week, the amazing Gabriel Michael on electric guitar is going to be back on Tuesday in a soulful show at 6:30. Then on Wednesday of next week, 2 shows, 6:30 and 8:15 for Chris Borkart Band. Saxophonist Chris Borkart, a young, emerging talent from Sioux Falls, specializes on the soprano, alto, and tenor saxophones, plays regularly in the community, 6:30 and 8:15 shows. For tickets and more info on all of these, go to triojazzclub.com.
Ladies, when it's time to give your nails some love, get that extra special treatment from Quality Nails on South Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls. Manicures and pedicures that look great and make you feel fantastic. Zaya and Tony provide professional care for your hands and feet, whether you just want the basics or an extra special look with added flair. Oh, and guys, it's okay to treat yourself too. Quality Nails. Call for an appointment, 605-334-1463.
He's a bit flirtatious, but most of all, fun. Once again, here's Dave Hawley.
Welcome back, everyone. Yes, I always say it. It's always a pleasure to talk Sioux Empire arts and entertainment on this here little podcast. And we are on a roll lately, this past few months, with lots of new, first time in the studio, first time on the show, guests, and we have another one. Stacie Sodserstrom. What took me so long to get you on this show?
I don't know. I'm kind of a busy gal sometimes, but you're really busy too, I think. 200?
Yeah, 294.
Oh my gosh, almost a 3.
Yeah. In fact, this comes out on Thursday. Friday of, this week. Friday is the 6th anniversary of the show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. So you started it 6 years ago then?
6 years ago on 10/10.
Well, fun.
I'd wanted to be doing it for a couple of years, but I had some health things happen. My dad was, passing away. And, just in those latter stages. He was an accountant, and I had wanted to start it on a Monday on 9/9. And that just wasn't going to work because I did something foolish. I was, at my lovely age, DJing a wedding dance. So I was shot. After that weekend, it's like, no, we're not doing anything.
Yep.
And he loved numbers. So.
Had to.
Yeah. 10/10, I thought. And so that's when, and it was one of those things. I'd been working on it for a couple of years, in terms of logos and, taglines, things like that. And then I just wasn't going to let it go anymore. I had to do it. And so it comes out, and I said, I hope to make this weekly, but knowing how life throws curveballs, I'm not going to promise it. But the thing is, I do hit curveballs pretty well.
Ooh, love it. A baseball fan?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Very, very much so.
This is Dave and I's first time having an actual conversation.
Yes, it is.
So this is exciting.
Yeah. After a show, I've said, hey, how are you? I got to get you on the show, on my show sometime. And finally, it happens thanks to Debbie Jones.
I know, the best. Yeah. So you guys probably all already know all this stuff about Dave, but I'm excited to find out all of this stuff.
Well, see, you're allowed to. So then it's like 10-10 came out. My wife thought it was going to go 3 episodes, and then it just kept going and kept going.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, 10. I had 10 of them.
Oh, wow.
Done. Wow.
Ooh.
And it just kept growing, and it got to the point that people were starting to ask to be on. And people were asking to be on again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, I think we got something here.
Love it.
Yeah, I do too. And, well, you caught what I always do right before we start, the countdown, 3, 2, 1. My wife asked me one time, she says, what makes you the happiest? Now, being a smart husband, I said, aside from the time that I spend with you,
mm-hmm.
It's when I go 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. And it's my thing.
You have a beautiful voice for it.
Well, I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yes.
They're available at Walmart on the top shelf. Sometimes
I'll be sure to check that out.
Yeah, sometimes they even do the rollback.
Mm-hmm.
$19.99. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got mine at Family Dollar.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explains a lot.
Well, at least you might have paid like $5 to $7 then.
I know. Yeah. The prices have gone up. Tariffs.
True. Well, that's terrible.
Oh, no.
Oh, but it is so overdue to have you here. Let's talk of why you're here first off for an upcoming show. How I Learned to Drive. Monstrous Little Theatre is putting this on, and that's coming up next weekend. Correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 16th, 17th, and 18th.
Yeah, I think that we're coming to the Friday night.
Okay,
yeah,
exciting. Oh,
very much.
I always like the second night the best.
Yeah.
I like them all. I like them all the best. So it's like I get all 3 of the best. The first show, and then the second show, which I always love the second show. I don't know why. It just always holds a special place in my heart. And then the last show, of course. So
right.
It's like the best. It's like the best of all 3 worlds. I was about to say both worlds, but
not like some places where you have multiple runs.
Yeah.
And so forth.
Yeah. Which those are fun too. And that was no. Was that one? No. That wasn't the last one. Cause when I did Grease with, the Premiere Playhouse,
mm-hmm.
like there was a lot of runs with that and I like that. And I like that experience too. But yeah, it's always just kind of like a nice to have a little bit of a contrast too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way that you're smiling right now and just approaching this all with, wow, and the way that I can see that you love being on stage.
Thank you.
Yes, all these times that I have seen you, and you do great stuff.
Oh, thank you.
I'm very much looking forward to this show because it's heavy.
Yeah, it is. Have you read it then, Dave?
I haven't read it.
Okay.
I know about it.
Yes.
I know the synopsis and so forth.
Yeah.
So it's going to be touchy.
Yep.
So we will tell people right up front.
Mm-hmm.
Contains, a lot of adult themes,
yep,
etc.
Yep.
But so don't go there thinking, oh, this is a family show, and then you come out and you're stomping out and things like that. No, please don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure that you are aware. But so is this going to be like your most serious role you've had?
I would say. Yes. Yeah. It's kind of like the biggest, most serious role I've had. I guess the seconds that I can, and I'll watch, I'm probably going to forget something, but seconds I can think I was in, oh gosh, I'm forgetting the names of the plays I've been in. I was in Mother Courage and Her Children when I was in college at Augustana University here in town. And that was with Jana Gerhardt Fitzsimmons. Love her.
Love her too.
And that was a show. I was excited to bring that one up because that show, that's a Bertolt Brecht show, and we are using a Brechtian approach with How I Learned to Drive, and that just brings a really interesting creative element that I really, really love and have appreciated about this process. And then the other one would be when I was in Goodnight as a guest artist, and we did Spring Awakening, and I played Anna in that show, which also contained some really difficult themes. But yeah, in this one I have the lead in it, and so
so it's numero uno on that part of it, on the drama.
And, to go off of, yes, this show, it does have some difficult themes in it, but, above all, Paula Vogel, she says that this story, Paula Vogel, she's the playwright, the author of the story. She says that this is a story about survival. And I 100% wholeheartedly agree with that. And so with it being about survival, there's so many hopeful elements in it. There, my character a little bit, she's been through some really difficult things in her life. But she just has this, this kind of dark humor about it, but I think that just comes along with survival, having lived through something so difficult that, a lot of people, unfortunately, in our world in this country have experienced. It just comes with it. And like, I every time I end the show, I leave with so much hope.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hope, but are you also exhausted?
Yeah, I am exhausted. Yes, I do feel
considering
exhausted.
what some roles take to really get into them and so forth. And what did you dive into then to make this character come alive?
Yeah. Well, I listened to a lot of interviews of Paula Vogel, and how she wrote this, what inspired the play was she had read Lolita. At least that's one of the things that I had been told. And I read the book Lolita for the first time, and yeah, that's really tough. And that's like a really, really tough read. And that's way different than our play, How I Learned to Drive is. But Paula Vogel did write this book after she had read Lolita by Nabokov. And and I think a lot of us know like the synopsis of Lolita. Yeah, it involves child abuse, but it has a for lack of better words, happy ending, right?
True.
Yeah. And so
not
that was
necessarily a golden, still.
But and that was one thing that I did. But other things that I did, Whitney has prepared us so well. Whitney Rapina, she is our director for this show, also our intimacy coordinator. And is she the only like certified intimacy coordinator in Sioux Falls?
I think she might be.
I think
terms
so.
Of only certified.
Yeah, only certified. I know. When I was at Premier Playhouse, I had lots. Especially when I was in Greece, I had lots of intimacy coordination, and I so appreciated that as well. But it's just so cool to have Whitney be the director and also be a certified intimacy coordinator, because you absolutely need that element with this play in order to do it safely. And I've always felt safe during this play. That's, something else that I've really put into it. So Whitney has really prepared us a lot. When you're playing these kinds of roles, and when you're watching these kinds of shows, you do have to and that's a part of the Brechtian approach, is that, Brecht, part of his approach is he wants to remind you that, you are watching a play.
Right.
Like you're watching a theatrical performance. But there's also with the Brechtian approach, there's like those alienation effects. I'm like trying to go back to all of my theater schooling. And I didn't have a lot of it. I wasn't even a theater minor when I was in school. I was just in a lot of plays. Shout out to Dan Workman and Jana. Love them. And where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. And there's also a lot of elements within a Brechtian approach, and just within the way that Paula Vogel wrote this story and how Whitney has helped us tell this story and directed us, that these are very real elements, and that's why this story is so important.
Right.
And I really urge people to just come out and see it.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
we have to face the fact that the world isn't all sunshine and unicorns.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when, I think that we're living in hard times right now. And, I think that when we come together as a community and we face the difficult realities of life together, that's how you leave and make positive changes in the world. And yeah.
Tell us about your fellow castmates.
Yes. Yeah. So, oh no, this is gonna. Please cut this part out. Now I'm gonna be forced to remember everyone's name.
No, not so much that. But
Okay,
just,
good. Yeah.
How you're getting along and things
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, so
The chemistry that you have.
Oh, yes. Okay, great. I'm like, oh, this is where my ADHD is gonna kill me. So, my castmate Aaron, he is playing Uncle Peck. A rock star. Oh my gosh.
He's amazing.
Amazing. And I've never gotten to work with any of these people before. So this has been like, and then all of them have worked with each other before too. Yeah. So Mike, it's been so easy. I was nervous going into this play, not knowing anybody, especially not knowing my castmate who's playing yeah, we're all on stage together the entire time. None of us get to leave the stage. None of us get to take a break. So you get to know each other pretty quick, I think. And everybody is just so professional and just so much fun to work with. And the chemistry, I feel like it happened right away, and Aaron, he has just put so much, oh man, I just don't have the words. It's just so thoughtful the way he has, taken over the role of Uncle Peck. And it's a really difficult role. And he plays it with just such humanity and truthfulness to it. And I just commend him so much. And then Mo and Valerie and Mike, they're playing all of the Greek chorus. And this Greek chorus in this show is really interesting. I think, because when I think of a Greek chorus, like when I was studying Shakespeare a little bit, like you think of them as kind of like the warning figures in a show. But in this show, sometimes they're not always warning. Sometimes they're kind of, sometimes they're kind of like egging certain parts of the play that maybe you don't want to happen, or maybe you do want to happen. And so it's just a really interesting element of how Paula Vogel wrote the Greek chorus in. And then Valerie and Mo and Mike, their monologues and their commentary is just oh, it's so good. There's so much good dialogue in this show, no matter who you are playing. You'd have to come see it.
That's why we're going to.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
All right. So again, that's coming up next weekend. Monstrous Little Theater, and you will find them on Facebook as well as in a website. And so it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yes.
7:30.
Oh gosh.
You know what? I'd just go at 7.
I think
you're
it's
better
7.
off.
Yeah, I think it's 7. Yeah, 7.
I
Show up early rather than later.
Exactly.
I think it's 7.
Yeah, because that's not the type of show you walk into later.
No.
Yeah. You're going to see Sound of Music or something. Yeah, you can walk in halfway through the first act. Oh yeah, okay. Here's where we are. You know things like that. But
yeah.
This is one you will not want to miss from the beginning. Yeah. And so you've got a lot of great people that you're working with.
Yeah. And it's interesting too, because it uses this minimal approach as well. There's not really much to the set.
Right.
And that's originally it's set in the 1960s, but it's really applicable to any timeline. It's set in the 60s and then it was written in the 90s, but it's still very much applicable today. And I think that the minimal approach that Whitney is had us use throughout the show really plays into that as well, that it's a timeless show.
Right. All right. So let's talk about what you have done in the past. And this is our first time officially meeting and so forth, but I have seen you on stage quite a bit. You mentioned Augie.
Yes.
And by the way, love Jana too.
Mhm.
I'll tell you a little story about her afterward.
Oh, I can't wait.
And what was before that?
Before Augustana?
Yeah, because you said you
yeah.
really weren't even a theater minor or anything.
Yeah. So when I didn't start doing theater until I was a senior in high school, yeah, I went to Stevens High School in Rapid City, South Dakota. That's where I grew up. And yeah, and I auditioned for Fantastic Mr. Fox at Stevens High School, and it was the first show I ever auditioned for. And then they somehow gave me the lead. That was probably the biggest shock.
Yeah, no
ever.
doubt. Huh?
Yeah. I've done music my whole life, so I've been on stage, and I'm a very silly theatrical person, I would say. I've always been a performer, but yeah. And so I did that, and I did a little bit of debate and interp as well when I was in high school, but not really a ton of it though. And so, yeah, my older sisters had acted as well at Central High School with Justin Speck. And yeah, and I was just like, I kind of want to try out this theater thing. And I made my best friends in theater in high school my senior year. Like I just had so much fun. And then I was in Beauty and the Beast after that. And yeah, and then I just kind of continued on the performing and theater thing into college. And then before I went to grad school to become a speech therapist, and continued it after I became a speech therapist. And yeah.
So what was at Augie that made you want to be in the theater there?
Yeah. Probably Jana and Dan. They're such wonderful directors, and they're just so easy to work with, wonderful to spend time with, so supportive as well to all of the students. And I would say that's what really made me want to join. And then just the shows that they were doing were just so cool, and I really wanted to be a part of that. Like Mother Courage and Her Children, when I heard that was being put on, like that's a Bertolt Brecht story, and I've always thought that Bertolt Brecht is a really, really interesting playwright, and just his approach to theater means a lot to me. Being able to talk about, not just using theater as an escape, using it as a way to make commentary on the very real and difficult things that are going on in life, like at that moment. And yeah, when I saw that show was going on, I was like, well, I think I'll audition for this one. And then too, I had a lot of friends that were also in theater as well, because I was in the Augustana choir when I went to Augie, and there were quite a few people that were in the Augie choir that were also in theater.
Yeah.
Yes. So I kind of jumped into it from there. And then, and then after college, I graduated, and then I had the fall off before I went to graduate school to become a speech therapist. And my professor, one of my old professors, Julie Ashworth at Augie, she was like, hey, have you ever met this gal, Kim Bartling? She's like, well, she's hosting a little theater thing in the McKinnon Park, and I think that you need to do this. And I did it. And that's how I met Kim Bartling.
Yep.
And
Beyond Broadway.
Okay. Yep. Broadway and Beyond.
Yeah.
And I did.
I was going to mix up.
I know. Yeah. Yep. No, you're good. And so then I met Kim through that. And Kim is she's one of my, I love her. She's just one of my lifelong friends now. And I love her.
One of the first people in the arts that I met when I started working in Sioux Falls. Yeah. And just adore her.
Yeah, she's the best. She's a genius. Oh my gosh, I just love picking her brain. And yeah, I'm excited for the show. It sounds bad for me to say I'm excited for the show to be over, but Kim, I miss you. Can't wait to see you and to hang out with friends a little bit more. But yeah, then after that, she was also directing Mamma Mia at the Premier Playhouse that year. And so I auditioned for that, and I got into the chorus, and I got to meet Rebecca Merriman and work with her. And oh my gosh, the choreography was so much fun. It was so fun to be in the chorus for that show, because you're just, again, you're on stage the whole time, and you're dancing in all of the dance numbers pretty much. And,
that was the last show at, SECT back then, but TPP now. And that was the last one that wouldn't have been mentioned on the Dave Holly Hour, because the Dave Holly Hour started right after that. My first guest was Robin Byrne.
Whoa!
Yeah, and I still remember him saying that, when he did the introduction before the show, he said, if nothing else, it'll be the most fun you've had at a theater in a long time.
Yep. Yeah, and it was so much fun. Oh man, yeah, it was just like a big party on the stage, and throughout the process, it was great. Yeah.
Well, good times. And so, what's the role, or maybe a company that you want to work with yet?
Oh, gosh.
I mean, so here you jump in and you're working with everybody you've never worked with.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose that this would be the Monstrous Theater Company is the company that I had always wanted to work with, that I hadn't worked with before. I just really appreciate the plays that they put on. I think the first show I had seen, Rabbit Hole, which was directed by Kim, and then also my best friend, Tristan Chasing Hawk. I love you and miss you.
Oh, yes. We do too.
Tristan is my best friend in the entire world.
Oh.
I'm going to go see him on Halloween weekend.
Flat out act.
I know. Just a rock star, and he's just doing so many cool things in Chicago already.
Yeah.
And I just can't wait to see where he goes. But yeah, that was the first show that I had seen with them, and oh my gosh, that was a tough play, but it was so beautiful. Oh my word. I really, really loved that story. And then getting to see Tristan in Lungs, and then and then I had auditioned for what was the name of the play that they did where it was like a bunch of vignettes? Love in... Do you know what I'm thinking of?
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yes.
Oh, man. It's killing me that I can't think of it right now. It'll come later. But, I had always wanted to work with Monstrous. And then, what's his name? The guy that's on the board. He went to Augie, blonde. Why am I forgetting his name? This is the part that sucks about me being on a podcast. I have terrible recall.
Tell him to look it up.
I know. Yeah, look it up. Wait, Eric Larson? Is that his name? The blonde kid? That's also in Monstrous?
Jeff
Larson. Jeez. Yes. There we go. There you go. Sorry, Jeff. But I had auditioned for the play that Jeff had just directed with Monstrous, and I couldn't be in it, though, because I was too busy.
Time commitments, huh?
So now, finally, I'm here. I've also been interested in possibly doing a show over at, what's the...
Corson?
Yes, Corson. Yeah, I've liked a lot of the shows that they've done over there. That's fun.
Fun little theater there.
Yeah, but I don't always have a lot of time to do theater because theater isn't always my main thing, actually. Like, I'm in a band as well called Plastic Blow.
Yes, that's right. You did mention that. So what kind of music?
Yeah, so Plastic Blow, that is like we are I think the genre is officially new gaze, so new metal shoegaze. And it's really fun how we started. Plastic Blow, it started as my bandmate Jacob Lemmy's solo project, and then during the pandemic we both worked as church musicians. Well, he still works there. We both worked as church musicians at Our Savior's Lutheran, which is where Lemmy's dad is also a pastor at.
Right.
And then
the immortal Bob Nelson
works
at that church. Yeah.
Yes, he does. Oh, yes. We love Bob. Yep, he sure does. And so then Lemmy and I, we would jam with each other after we'd play at the church. And then Lemmy was like, hey, do you want to be in a band with me? And I was like, yeah, sure. What do you want me to do? And then he's like, well, could you play bass? And I was like, well, yeah, but I don't have one and I've only played it once. I grew up playing a little bit of guitar. I'm not an amazing guitar player, but I can
you can hold
plunk
your
out.
own?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can plunk out some stuff. And then he's like, "Oh, well, I have a bass." And so then he gave me his extra bass, and Plastic Blow became a thing. And then we had Mason McManus join, and Jackson Ashlock, and he's our drummer. And Mason, he's not a part of Plastic Blow, but he's always our honorary member. And now we have Dave Lethko, who is our synth player now. Yeah. Yes, but we do a lot of gigs.
Spectrum, don't you?
Yes. Yeah. I love the stage. I love performing, and Yeah, I can't wait to do like more of it over the years.
Oh, we look forward to more of it as well.
Yeah.
So as we come to the end of our first conversation on this show, that means you get the traditional first-time guest question.
Okay.
Well, it starts as originally it was 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's 1, and then the second one if needed.
Mm-hmm.
But the first one is, when you're not part of the arts and entertainment scene, what do you like to be entertained by?
Oh, that's a really good question.
I get in 1 per conversation and it only took 28 minutes on this one.
I think, oh man, that's a tough question. I like to be entertained in a lot of different ways. Probably going to a play, whether it's with Goodnight Theater Collective or with Monstrous, or going to a show at Total Drag Records.
There you go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Dan and Liz.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I found a lot of my friends and like my scene. And that's how I actually met my bandmate, Jacob Lemmy, the first time was at Total Drag Records here in town. So,
very cool. Okay. So then you do get the second question.
Okay.
Any other hobbies?
Yes. Well, playing bass, singing. I'm a classically trained vocalist. But I don't do too much of the classical voice anymore. It's more in my rock band. Other hobbies, I like to crochet. I like to do needlepoint a little bit. But
well, you got a lot going on.
Mm-hmm, I'm kind of a busy gal.
That you are, but glad you could take a moment to be on this show.
Oh, it's an honor.
Yeah, Stacie Sodserstrom. I got my tongue caught up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
happens to me all the time.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And we'll be back to wrap up the Dave Holly Hour in just a moment.
Dr. Perry Langston and Dr. Corey Tooney know excellence is in you. That's why they provide you with excellent care at XL Chiropractic, improving your overall health in spirit, body, mind, and will. Get results the natural way. Arrange a consultation, 605-332-9235 or xlchiros.com. Excellent care for excellent people. XL Chiropractic, located at 4309 South Racket Drive in Sioux Falls.
Funny, engaging, connected. He's the entertainment reporter for Sioux Falls. Here's Dave Holly.
Thanks again to our incredible guests Simon Cole and Bobby Parker and Stacie Sodserstrom, all making their first appearances on the show. Now, to find out who's been on in the past and what we chatted about, go to DaveHollyHour.com. All 294 episodes are available to you anytime you want to hear them. Thank you all for supporting local arts and taking the time to download, listen, and share the show. I encourage you to find your art. Find the art you enjoy. Find the art you're interested in trying. And we'll see you in the arts. And hopefully, see you tonight at the Bawdy's. As the Sioux Falls Arts Council says, together we art. As Arts South Dakota says, home is where the art is. As I say, put some art in your heart. Remember, my name is Dave Holly, and for me, every day is a holiday.
The Dave Holly Hour has been brought to you by Trio Jazz Club, Sioux Falls' premier jazz club, Serendipity Studio Gallery and Gifts, Chasers Food and Spirits, XL Chiropractic, Quality Nails, and the Sioux Falls Arts Council. Stay up to date on the show by following on Instagram and Facebook. All episodes available anytime at DaveHollyHour.com. The Dave Holly Hour is produced in the Dipsy Doodle Studios by Big D Entertainment.
Thanks for listening